Question. When a new DLC drops, what is one thing that all players have in common not too long after the DLC drops? It's that we are all really poor on in-game resources. Think of your enhancement prisms, ascendant shards, maybe even enhancement cores if you don't have a good stockpile, aka very important resources that we need for masterworking armor, and these days, leveling up and enhancing your weapons. So we got a little bit of some good news for you here today, as if you opened up the game anytime this weekend after Friday, you'll be presented with the next week in Destiny message. And the only part of it that we really care about is the fact that we're gonna have bonus ranks and double nightfall rewards. Well, what does this mean? This means we finally have a prime opportunity to go ahead and restock up on our in-game resources that we have completely blown through in the 3 weeks that Final Shape has been out, which is very good, because even holding up to 30 ascendant shards and 100 enhancement prisms, yeah, we blew through all of our loads over these 3 weeks. I struggle to say that last sentence with a straight face, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, on top of that, the bonus Vanguard ranks is going to allow you to stock up on those good old Vanguard Ingrams pretty darn quick, especially if you're doing just a big session of GMs one day. You'll get that reputation booster, and you'll be getting Vanguard Ingrams very fast. And since you'll be having a good amount of these, what's one thing that you can go ahead and use them on next week while you're farming GMs to get your resources back up is the new and improved Wild Style Solar Double Fire Frame Grenade Launcher. Now, unfortunately, next week's GM weapon is not the Wild Style. That'll be on July 9th. Next week's weapon is unfortunately going to be the Uzume, which is an adaptive frame sniper, which is like the worst frame for a sniper. It's solar, but it's an adaptive frame. Not really the best of weapons, even if just looking at the perk pool, I mean, eh. However, we can start farming some serious amounts of Vanguard Ingrams next week and start cracking away at getting our God Roll Wild Styles, because if you did not know, the Wild Style got a perk refresh. Its perk pool these days is way better suited for what it's actually meant to do than it was when it released. Because as you can see, they went ahead and added reconstruction to it in the third column, and then Vorpal or bait and switch in the third column. Very useful for any damage rotation. And since Grandmasters actually become available next week, you can earn your Vanguard rep much quicker, and you'll be able to stock up on enhancement prisms and ascendant shards because it's double rewards along with double ranks. Very good opportunity coming up next week. Go ahead and stock up on those resources and start cracking away at trying to get that God Roll Wild Style, my boy. And as a little bonus, next week's GM is going to be very easy. It's the Glass Way. It used to be hard like 2 years ago. Not anymore. This is one of the easier ones we got. Two more things I do want to note is that all Nightfall weapons require 5 Vanguard Ingrams to decrypt, a little steep. So we love double Vanguard ranks. And if you also want to know when the Scintillation is going to be the weapon for the week, the Scintillation will be available July 16th on the Fallen Saber Strike, which is a pretty nice dub, as this is an adaptive burst linear fusion rifle, and it has some pretty nasty perks as well. So keep your eyes peeled, get ready to farm up some resources in Vanguard Ingrams next week, and I'll see your beautiful faces in the next one. Adios. And if you also want to know whenever this scintilla... Oh my god, bro! I can't talk! Who names a weapon this?